I turned off the lamps and I pulled the blind, leaving the heavy Russian day behind. The living room is completely swallowed in dark, except for a tiny electronic spark. The amplifier's glowing a steady green, the most peaceful picture I have ever seen. You're sitting beside me on the velvet floor, and I don't wanna ask for anything more. The frequency meters bounce to the beat, a quiet victory inside a defeat. The physical world is entirely gone, it's just you and me until the breaking dawn. Under the radio light, soft and low, where the gentle rivers of the midnight flow. Under the radio light, safe from the cold, a beautiful story that never gets sold. We're bathed in the colors of the stereo dial, sharing a secret. Are humming a cinematic slow jam. I'm perfectly happy exactly where I am. I reach out my hand and I find yours there, a sudden electricity in the air. No need to turn on the harsh yellow lights, we are the rulers of the analog nights. The red LEDs reflect in your eyes, a million beautiful and sweet replies. Sanctuary built from plastic and wire, burning with a vintage quiet fire. Under the radio light, soft and low, where the gentle rivers of the midnight flow. Under the radio light, safe from the cold, a beautiful story that never gets sold. We're bathed in the colors of the stereo dial, sharing a secret. Invisible smile. Radio light, glowing so deep. Radio light, a promise to keep.
The house was quiet and the hallways cold, a lonely story that was getting old. I used to sit up in my darkened room, trying to navigate the teenage gloom. I didn't have a lot of words to say, to let the shadows win the day. But then I turned the silver glowing dial, and suddenly I'd find a reason for a smile. The static faded and the music played, a beautiful sanctuary in the shade. The DJ had a voice so low and deep, guiding my spirit into sleep. The radio was my best friend in the dark, careful keeper of my quiet spark. It understood the things I couldn't speak, and gave me strength when I was feeling weak. A plastic box of miracles and light, keeping me company through the endless night. Waited hours for my favorite song, singing the lyrics right where I belong. I recorded mixtapes with a careful hand to build a castle in an analog land. The melodies would wash the tears away and promise me a better, brighter day. No judgment and no heavy, cold demands, just placing my heart in the music's hands. People come and go, the seasons turn, but I still have a quiet fire to burn. I owe it to the frequency, true and clear, the only friend who wiped away the fear. The radio was my best friend in the dark, the careful keeper of my quiet spark. It understood the things I couldn't speak, and gave me strength when I was feeling weak. A plastic box of miracles and light, keeping me company through the endless night. My best friend, my best friend. My best friend, my best friend. The party was loud and the music was fast, a blur of a Friday that wasn't meant to last. I was standing alone by the stereo wire, watching the people and the neon fire. Then you walked in with a casual grace, a vintage jacket and a quiet face. You caught my eye across the crowded room and completely erased all the midnight gloom. It wasn't a lightning bolt from the sky, just a subtle, undeniable, quiet reply. A shift in the air, a drop in the sound. I knew that a brand new gravity was found. I knew it then, in a fraction of a heartbeat, before we even casually managed to meet. I knew it then, in the ultraviolet glow, that you were the only direction I'd go. A silent epiphany, beautifully clear. The very first moment that you were near. We ended up talking walking by the balcony rail, watching the city in the silver trail. You laughed at my jokes and you held my gaze, guiding me safely out of the maze. I didn't need months of a careful debate to figure out the workings of a beautiful fate. The analog tape was already set, a beautiful night I will never forget. Exploded in that crowded room, a Polaroid picture that instantly dried, with you standing perfectly right by my side. I knew it then, in a fraction of a heartbeat, before we even casually managed to meet. I knew it then, in the ultraviolet glow, you were the only direction I go. A silent epiphany, beautifully clear. The very first moment that you were near. Knew it then. From the very start.
The stars are hanging like a silver chain, reflecting in the puddles of the rain. We're moving slow across the wooden floor. I've never felt this kind of peace before. The world is noisy, the world is loud, but we're just floating on a purple cloud. Your heartbeat is the only sound I hear, making all the shadows disappear. A million signals in the night, but you're the only one that's right. I'm falling deep, I'm falling fast into a love that's built to last. I just want to hold you close tonight, in the soft and hazy summer light. Hold you close, never let you go. Where the rivers of the starlight flow. Just a feeling, just a dream, floating down a digital stream. The perfume of the evening fills the air. I see the starlight hiding in your stare. No more questions, no more why. Underneath the vast and velvet sky, the analog pulse of the city heat is keeping time with our dancing feet. We're a photograph in black and white, frozen in the middle of the night. the silver lining on the window blind. The modern world is leaving the shadows behind. The clock on the wall is a heavy machine, threatening to shatter this perfect scene. We floated in the velvet for hours and hours, basking in the beautiful analog powers. But the gravity is pulling us back to the floor, and I don't wanna open that heavy door. I wanna throw a blanket over the sun and pretend that the evening has only begun. A telepathic wire connecting us two. I wanna stay completely hidden with you. Can we just pause the dawn for a minute or two, and live in the shades of the indigo blue? Pause the dawn and lock the heavy gate. I'm perfectly willing to sit here and wait. Let the physical world rush into the light. I want to stay trapped in the velvet night. The synthesizer plays a heavenly hum. We're marching to a steady, quiet drum. You trace the lines of worry off my face and transport me to a beautiful space. We don't need a heavy, ironclad shield. The ultimate truth is beautifully revealed. A vintage sanctuary, timeless and deep. A beautiful promise I'm desperate to keep. Let the universe spin in its crazy design. I know exactly where my soul aligns. Speak the words into the midnight air, and tell me that you will always be there. Can we just pause the dawn for a minute or two, and live in the shades of the indigo blue? Pause the dawn and lock the heavy gate. I'm perfectly willing to sit here and wait. Let the physical world rush into the light. I want to stay trapped in the velvet night. Pause the dawn just a little longer. Pause the dawn.
The world is spinning like a crazy top. It feels like the noise is never gonna stop. I see the exhaustion hiding in your smile. Come here and rest your heavy heart a while. You've been carrying the weight of the sky, trying to be strong, never asking why. But even the strongest warriors need a rest. Lay your head down gently on my chest. You don't have to fight the battles all alone. In this cold and unpredictable unknown, drop the heavy armor, let the quiet in. This is where the healing can begin. You can lean on me when the gravity pulls, when the digital world is completely full. Lean on me, I'm your steady ground, the quietest shelter that can be found. I won't let you fall, I won't let you break. I'll carry the sorrow for your own sake. The neon signs outside are flashing red, but there's only peace inside this narrow bed. I'll be the umbrella when the weather's rough, when trying your hardest just isn't enough. We don't need to speak, just listen to the groove. I got absolutely nothing left to prove, just a steady promise written in the dark, a gentle protector of your fading spark. Let the tears fall down if they need to flow. I will never judge you, I will never go. A vintage kind of loyalty and trust, standing tall amidst the shifting dust. You can lean on me when the gravity pulls, when the digital world is completely full. Lean on me, I'm your steady ground, the quietest shelter that can be found. I won't let you fall, I won't let you break. I'll carry the sorrow for your own sake. Lean on me, lean on me, lean on me, lean on me. Oh yeah. The physical world is turning off its light, surrendering to the heavy velvet night. We're sitting in a bubble made of glass, watching the chaotic modern hours pass. I don't wanna think about the coming day, or watch these beautiful colors turn to gray. Let the clock stop on the bedroom wall before the heavy morning starts to call. The gravity leaves, the frequency clears, washing away all the daylight fears. A telepathic wire
Let's make it forever tonight, bathed in the soft and celestial light. Forever tonight in the quiet glow, with absolutely nowhere else to go. We'll pause the cassette on the sweetest track and promise that we're never going back. The synthesizer plays a heavenly hum. We're marching to a steady, quiet drum. I see the galaxies reflecting in your eyes. A million beautiful and sweet replies. We've touched the edges of the digital sea and found the core of our geometry. A vintage romance, timeless and deep. A beautiful promise I am going to keep. Like the universe spin in its crazy design, I know exactly where my soul aligns. A permanent tether of your soul to mine, a beautifully perfect analog sign. Let's make it forever tonight, bathed in the soft and celestial light. Forever tonight in the quiet glow, with absolutely nowhere else to go. We'll pause the cassette on the sweetest track and promise that we're never going back. Forever tonight. The clock is ticking on the wall, but I don't feel the time at all. The moon is hanging like a silver coin in this moment where our spirits join. The palm trees sway in the velvet breeze. We're living life with a perfect ease. Forget the world and the noise outside. We've got nothing left to hide. Gravity is letting go of us tonight, floating high above the neon city lights. If this is a dream, don't wake me up too soon. We're dancing on the dark side of the moon. Right here
know the architecture of this vintage song. I know exactly where the drummer skips a beat, and where the quiet melody becomes complete. We used to play this record on the wooden floor until we couldn't keep our eyes open anymore. The vinyl cracks exactly in the same old place, painting a beautiful smile upon my face. The physical memories might start to fade and bend, but a perfect chorus is a permanent friend. The years can wash away the details and the names, but the analog rhythm remains exactly the same. These are the memorized melodies of you, painted in the shades of the indigo blue. Memorized melodies etched into my soul, making the broken pieces beautifully whole. I close my eyes and I can sing every part, the heavy soundtrack of my analog heart. The saxophone whispers a cinematic line, transporting me back to a different time, when the world was innocent and the days were long, and all of our truths were hidden in a song. We didn't know the future would be cold and fast. We thought the summer would eternally last, but I kept the rhythm safely locked inside my chest, the place where my greatest treasures rest. Time is a solvent that washes the gold, but the music will never ever grow old. I don't need a prompt, I don't need a cue, I just need the memorized echoes of you. These are the memorized melodies of you, painted in the shades of the indigo blue. Memorized melodies etched into my soul, making the broken pieces beautifully whole. I close my eyes and I can sing every part, the heavy soundtrack of my analog heart. Memorized every single word. Memorized, memorized.
We're sitting in the car, the engine's dead. The silence is heavy with the words we said. You look at the dashboard, I look at the rain. riding the familiar carousel of pain. You tell me you love me, you tell me you care, but the words just evaporate into the air like a script that you learned from a movie screen, losing the meaning of the in-between. I don't want a beautifully painted lie or a hollow promise underneath the sky. I need a frequency that I can trust before this analog heart turns into dust. If you're gonna say it, say it like you mean it. Show me the fire, make me believe it. Don't just whisper words into the neon blue. Give me the solid, heavy truth of you. Say it like you mean it, or don't say it at all. I need a steady hand before I fall. We used to communicate without a sound, the strongest connection that could be found. But now there is static upon the line, and I'm struggling hard to read the sign. Don't hide your soul behind a velvet mask. Honesty is all I'll ever really ask. Strip away the ego and the foolish pride, and show me the person that is deep inside. I saw a shooting star cut across the sky, a brilliant flash of silver in the blink of an eye. It didn't stick around to illuminate the dark. It only left the memory of a beautiful spark. We try to catch the lightning in a heavy glass jar and keep the perfection exactly where we are. But the universe is written in a transient ink. It changes its colors before we can even think. Gravity is a river that continues to flow with absolutely nowhere else to go. I open my hands and I let it release, finding the center of my analog piece. his laws, a masterpiece painted in silver and gold, a timeless story that can never be sold. It was beautiful, even in the fleeting seconds, a sudden magic that the universe beckons. Fleeting seconds, fading in the blue, a temporary masterpiece of me and you. I won't try to hold it or lock it away. I'll just be grateful for the light of the day. Fleeting seconds. Fleeting seconds. Fleeting seconds. The thunder rolls across the bay, washing all the words away. We're standing in the neon rain. Two silhouettes, one shared pain. You turn your head, you look away, with nothing left for us to say. The clouds are heavy, the sky is black. There's no way to bring the summer back. The lightning flashes in the dark, searching for the dying spark. The countdown starting on the wall, waiting for the sky to fall. That's when the heart breaks like a storm. No fire left to keep us warm. That's when the heart breaks loud and clear. The only sound that I can hear, a shattered dream in a velvet night, chasing every ghost of light. The radio plays a lonely tune underneath the bleeding moon. I see the future turning gray, like a photograph that's blown away. You take a step, you close the door. I don't know who I am anymore. The digital clock is stuck in time, forgetting every word I write.
streets are a prison of yellow and gray. We have to find a way to make a getaway. I push the heavy pedal to the metal floor. We're not playing by the human rules anymore. The tires leave the pavement and we take to flight, breaking the atmosphere in the middle of the night. Skyline shrinks to a tiny glowing dot, leaving behind the complicated heavy plot. We're breaking the matrix, we're cutting the wire, fueling the engine with a vintage fire. We're riding on the Galactic Highway tonight, bathed in the soft and celestial light. The Galactic Highway, deep in the blue, a beautiful universe, exclusively for two. Keep your hands on the wheel and steer us far. We're parking the car on a distant star. The synthesizer plays a triumphant slow hum. We're marching to a singular cosmic drum. The comets are flashing across the windshield glass, watching the beautiful infinite centuries pass. No oxygen needed, we're breathing the sound, a million miles away from the heavy ground. A vintage escape in the metal machine, the most beautiful comfort I have ever seen. Let the gravity fail, let the systems break. We are living the dream while we are fully awake. A flash with the first light of day. She's a phantom in a digital world, a dangerous, beautiful midnight girl. She only wants the night, she only wants the fire, burning in the shadows of her heart's desire. She only wants the night to lose herself again in the music, in the magic, in the purple rain. She's a walker in the dark, searching for a spark. Searching for a spark. I saw her dancing at the arcade hall, against the shadows on the painted wall. A silhouette in the laser beam, like a character from a movie dream. She moves like smoke through the crowded bar, a falling light from a distant star. No one knows her and she likes it that way, with no tomorrow and no yesterday. Under the moon, under the street lights, living for the thrill of the city nights. She's a frequency you can't decode, running down a never-ending road. She only wants the night, she only wants the fire, burning in the shadows of her heart's desire. She only wants the night to lose herself again in the music, in the magic, in the purple rain. She's a walker in the dark, searching for a spark. She only wants the night, forever young. She only wants the night, under the moon.
The gravity of Monday is pulling me down. I'm walking through the gray of a cynical town. The noise of the traffic is heavy and loud. I'm a solitary shadow lost in the crowd. But I reach in my jacket and feel the machine, the absolute greatest that there has ever been. I press down the button and close my tired eyes, and suddenly I'm floating in the indigo skies. The physical world is a distant cold shore. I'm not playing their heavy games anymore. I shrink down the galaxies, the stars, and the moon, and fit them inside of a quiet, slow tune. I'm carrying a pocket universe tonight, bathed in the soft and celestial light. A pocket universe, wild and free. A beautiful dimension, exclusively for me. Whenever the modern world is heavy and cold, I wrap myself up in this analog gold. The synthesizer plays a heavenly hum. We're marching to a steady, quiet drum. I don't need a spaceship to travel the deep. I just need the magnetic ribbon to keep. The singer is whispering a comforting rhyme, erasing the pressure of the physical time. A vintage sanctuary made of plastic and wire, burning with a quiet and a beautiful fire. to your life, a pocket universe, wild and free. A beautiful dimension, exclusively for me. Whenever the modern world is heavy and cold, I wrap myself up in this analog gold. Pocket universe, pocket universe.
I used to think the singers were telling a lie, just writing the lyrics to make people cry. I thought the cinematic romance was a trick, a little sleight of hand to make the magic stick. I was a skeptic with a heart of stone, content to listen to the radio alone. But since you walked into this quiet room, chasing away the cynical gloom, the static is gone, the frequency's clear, washing away every trace of the fear. I turn the dial, and to my surprise, I'm seeing the truth right here in your eyes. Now every single melody is the soundtrack of us, a beautiful monument of patience and trust. The soundtrack of us playing out in the night, making the broken pieces perfectly right. Every lyric they sing is suddenly true, because every single love song reminds me of you. The trumpet whispers a relaxing slow line, untangled in the knots along my spine. They're singing about a love that is steady and deep, a beautiful promise they are going to keep. It used to sound foolish, it used to sound cliche, but you completely washed the logic away. I sink into the velvet heavy chair, breathing the magic in the midnight air. Stare, I'm breathing the electricity in the air. A masterpiece painted in black and gold, a beautiful story that never gets old. Now every single melody is the soundtrack of us, a beautiful monument of patience and trust. The soundtrack of us playing out in the night, making the broken pieces perfectly right. Every lyric they sing is suddenly true, because every single love song reminds me of you. Soundtrack of us, soundtrack of us, soundtrack of us. As long as you're here, soundtrack
the street, trying to soften my heavy, nervous feet. But I had a sanctuary in my coat, a beautiful lifeboat that would always float. I put the foam headphones over my ears and washed away all the invisible fears. The analog ribbon started to spin, and that is where the magic would begin. Back when the music held my trembling hand and guided me safely through the barren land. When the music held me tight and secure, the only medicine that was totally pure, a symphony acting as a heavy shield, until my quiet analog heart was healed. The synthesizer hums a gentle sweet drone, reminding me that I wasn't alone. The singer was a whisper in my exact pain, like a quiet umbrella in the sudden rain. I didn't need the popular kids to care. I was walking upon the electric air, a pocket-sized heaven running on batteries, bringing my restless anxiety to its knees. Now I'm older and the world is still loud. I still get lost inside the cynical crowd, but I know exactly where I need to go when the heavy rivers of the sorrow flow. Back when the music held my trembling hand and guided me safely through the barren land. When the music held me tight and secure, the only medicine that was totally pure, a symphony acting as a heavy shield, until my quiet analog heart was healed. Held my hand, held my hand. Something inside your heart tonight. Something inside. You walk through the city with a shield of chrome, building a fortress that you call a home. You smile for the cameras, you play the part, a master of the modern artificial art. But I caught a glimpse behind the heavy glass, watching the shadows of the evening pass. A sudden glitch in your perfect code, a secret hidden on a lonely road. The world only sees what you want them to see, but the frequency changes when you look at me. Beneath the static and the neon glare, there is a beautiful mystery hiding there. There's something inside your heart tonight, a glowing ember of an ancient light. Something inside that you try to hide, a quiet ocean with a pulling
under the watch of a digital moon. I'm peeling the layers of the velvet night to bring your hidden sanctuary into sight. You don't have to carry the weight of the sky or hide the sorrow that is in your eye. I'm reading the language of your quiet sighs, the beautiful truth in your silent cries. Precious, undeniable spark. There's something inside your heart tonight, the glowing ember of an ancient light. Something inside that you try to hide, a quiet ocean with a pulling tide. You can drop the black. There's no turning around and no looking back. We're caught in the middle of a cosmic war, searching for what we were fighting for. The shadows are moving on the bedroom wall, waiting for the kingdoms of the light to fall. But I've got a fire burning in my chest, a heart that will never find its rest. Through the valley of the digital night, I'll be the one to carry the light. Beyond the fear and beyond the pain, I'll call your name again and again. In the name of love, I'll break the sky. In the name of love, I'll never die. I'll cross the border of the great unknown to bring you back to the heart of the throne. Everything I do in the name of love, by the stars above. The wires are humming with the secret code, leading us down this lonely road. 1,000 signals in the electric air, but only one truth that we both share. Don't let the darkness take your soul away. We're the children of the stars above. Found a cassette tape from '82, a faded label with a message from you. We had a completely different view of the world, a confident boy and a fearless girl. The seasons have turned and the hair turned to gray. We've watched a million artificial trends fade away. The skyline is crowded with towers of glass, but some kind of magic never comes to pass. The digital age is running so fast, leaving the ghosts of the analog past. But sitting right here in the living room glow, there is a secret that both of us know. We are still the same underneath the skin, the exact same place where we began. Still the same through the heavy rain, a beautiful cure for a modern pain. The world can spin in a crazy design, but your vintage heart is still tied to mine. We don't need the parties or the loud neon scene. We found our peace in the in-between. A cup of warm coffee, a quiet Sunday morning, the place where the purest magic is born. You still have that laugh that I love so much, the comfort and magic of your gentle touch. We weather the storms and the bitter cold, a masterpiece story that never gets old. Let the calendar
and promises that everyone once broke. I travel miles to find a distant star, forgetting that the light was never far. Through every storm and every winter chill, when everything was loud or standing still, I looked around and saw a steady light, keeping me safe through the middle of the night. It was a frequency I didn't hear, washing away the residue of fear. A quiet melody, a soft refrain, a sanctuary from the pouring rain. You were always there, a guardian soul, making all my broken pieces whole. Always there in the neon blue, a simple truth that always led to you. The anchor in the shifting, restless sea. You were always there for me. The Polaroids faded on the wall, capturing the moments I recall. In every frame and every single line, your heartbeat was always next to mine. I was too blind to see the golden glow, caught inside the modern undertow. But now the static's gone, the signal's clear, and everything I want is right here. Thank you for the patience of your heart, for never letting us fall apart. In the silence and the prayer, I found you waiting there. You were always there, a guardian soul, making all my broken pieces whole. Always there in the neon blue, a simple truth that always led to you. The anchor in the shifting, restless sea. You were always there for me. Always there. Always there. Always there. Every single night.
The television screens are glowing white and gray, watching all the memories slowly wash away. I'm a ghost in the machine, a signal in the dark, searching for a flicker of the original spark. The city is a grid of neon and of glass. I'm waiting for the heavy, silent hours to pass. Every frequency I tune is filled with empty noise, just the echoes of our long forgotten joys. I'm reaching through the velvet purple night to catch a glimpse of the fading yellow light. The analog connection is starting to decay. Don't let the static sweep us both away. Lost in the static, between the waves, searching for the beneath the floorboard dust. A frozen moment captured before the rust. You were smiling at the camera, eyes so bright. Before the shadows turn the morning into night, I try to reconstruct the puzzle of your face inside this cold and digital empty space. The tape is stretching thin, the sound is getting low. I got absolutely nowhere left to go. Found a folded paper in my winter coat, the very first letter that you ever wrote. The ink is fading and the edges are torn, but it holds the moment that our love was born. You didn't use the poetic, heavy lines or look to the stars for the hidden signs. You simply said you liked the way I smile and asked if you could walk with me a while. In a digital world of flashing neon screens, where people hide behind their cold machines, this piece of paper is a solid, heavy stone, reminding me I'll never walk alone. This is my love letter to the days gone by. Underneath the pastel painted sky, my love letter to the vintage truth, the beautiful analog days of our youth. I'll keep it folded safely in my chest, the place where all my greatest treasures rest. I trace the cursive writing with a careful hand, transported back to a forgotten land when a mixed cassette was a heavy prize and the only truth was hidden in your eyes. We didn't have a camera to catch the scene, just a memory perfectly clear and clean. It's a quiet magic that the world lost touch, a simple paper that means so very much. Upon a brand new page, a vintage vow inside a modern age. I'll seal it with a promise and a quiet kiss. I never want to lose a love like this. This is my love letter to the days gone by. Underneath the pastel painted sky, my love letter to the vintage truth, the beautiful analog days of our youth. I'll keep it folded safely in my chest, the place where all my greatest treasures rest. Love letter. Love coolest vintage player you ever met. But then you laughed and looked my way and completely ruined my entire day. My analog heart started skipping a beat. The ice was melting in the summer heat. I forgot the script, I forgot the plan. I'm just a stumbling foolish man. I can't play it cool when you're standing there with the neon light shining in your hair. Can't play it cool, my cover is blown. Greatest magic I have ever known. I'm dropping the act and waving the flag. I'm pulling my heart right out of the bag. I'm tripping over words I'm trying to say, watching my reputation wash away. The synthesizer plays a happy upbeat track, and I know there is no going back. My friends are smiling from across the room, watching me blossom in the midnight gloom. But I don't care about the image I lose. I'm entirely captivated by your views. Let the magazines sell their impossible lies. I'm reading the truth right here in your eyes. I'll trade the heavy armor for a gentle smile and walk with you for a beautiful mile. I can't play it cool when you're standing there with the neon light shining in your hair. Can't play it cool, my cover is blown. The greatest magic I have ever known. I'm dropping the act and waving the flag. I'm pulling my heart right out of the bag. Play it cool, play it cool, play it cool. What was I hiding for? The pressure is building outside of the door. The chaotic oceans are starting to roar. I see the exhaustion pulling you down, a heavy weight in this cynical town. You've been fighting the battles for far too long. Let me step up and sing you a song. Rest your tired head on my shoulder tonight. I'm perfectly ready to finish the fight. Stand behind me, let the shadows fall. I built a fortress with a heavy wall. The static is loud, but my signal is clear. You have absolutely nothing to fear. I'm holding the line, steady and strong, right in the pieces where they belong. Holding the line, chaotic ocean of digital choices. Everyone is shouting to be heard above the crowd, a modern symphony that plays a little too loud. I turn the dial and I listen to the noise, the broken promises and the artificial toys. But I'm not looking for the loudest on the dial. I'm looking for the comfort of your analog smile. I pass through the static and the heavy interference, waiting patiently for your sweet appearance. The needle settles and the white noise dies, reflecting the truth inside your quiet eyes. I'm tuning strictly to your frequency tonight, bathed in the warm and forgiving yellow light. Your frequency, so steady and so clear, washing away the residue of fear. Let the world broadcast its cynical gray. I'm locking this channel and this is where I stay. The saxophone whispers a melody we know, a beautiful rhythm playing soft and slow. You tell me your secrets without a single sound, the absolute greatest treasure I have found. We're insulated from the heavy outside weather, two solitary signals tying up together, a vintage receiver built to last the years, wiping away the invisible quiet tears. Don't change the station, don't drop the line. I finally found the perfect design, a telepathic wave across the empty space, finding my home in your quiet embrace. I'm tuning strictly to your frequency tonight, bathed in the warm and forgiving yellow light. Your frequency, so steady and so clear, washing away the residue of fear. Let the world broadcast its cynical gray. I'm locking this channel and this is where I stay. Your frequency, I'm always here. Your frequency, I'm always here. I'll put your pictures in a shoebox lid and tell my friends about the things we did. I'll wear a smile like a neon mask, answer every question that they ask. The radio is playing our old song, but I'll pretend I haven't heard it all along. I'm redesigning every empty space to hide the ghost of your lovely face. The mirror's lying to me once again, watching the hero turn into the rain. I'm practicing the words I need to say
to get me through another lonely day. I'll say I'm over you, I'll say I'm fine, under the influence of cherry wine. I'll tell the world I finally found my way, but every heartbeat gives the lie away. Yeah, I'll say I'm over you, but I know it isn't true. The city's blurring into purple streaks. I haven't slept in what feels like weeks. I'm chasing shadows in the midnight mall, watching the digital raindrops fall. If I say it loud enough, maybe it'll be a brand new version of reality. But the static in my head is way too loud.